One of the most frequently asked questions from our clients is how to create quotes in Xero. There is no direct method for creating quotes in Xero, as it does not have a quotes function, but there are two workarounds that you can use. Both workarounds require some work in setting them up, a couple of minutes, but once they're set up, they're very easy to use. This workaround uses the new purchase order functionality in Xero, and this method is ideal for service invoices rather than item invoices. Many small businesses that have a need to send quotes for services will probably not use the purchase orders to buy goods and services. So keeping it for quotes keeps the quotes separate from the invoices. So what do you have to do to get set up? Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to create a new invoice template. So we just go down to here into invoice settings, and we're just going to create a new branding theme. I'm going to call it quote. And we're just going to change the purchase order here to say draft quote. And we're going to change this title to be quote. Now, this is only one method you can use. There's some other changes that we can make along the way. But this is a simple one to show you the functionality. So now we have a draft one called quote, and we can upload our logo, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to accounts, purchases, and we're going to create a new purchase order. And in this case, we're going to build the business services, which in this case, we're going to build this client's small business services. And we're going to have it today's date. And we're just going to assume a delivery date. We'll put that at the end. I'm going to change this to quote. And in the description, we're going to put demolish partitions and workstations. And so we're going to put in the price here, which we're going to say is $3,000. We're going to apply it to account sales, GST. And so there we've got we can put in extra delivery instructions, but there we've got a standard thing. We're going to change this to the theme to be quote and click approve. Now what we can do is we can print that or send it to the client. If we print it, I'll show you what happens in how the purchase order looks. So here is the quote, and we've got a couple of changes here that we need to make. We need to change the purchase order date, and we need to go back in and probably we need to create a custom invoice, which requires just downloading some templates into Word, changing these words around so we can do it. But we've got all the functionality there of a quote. So let's look at what happens when the quote is accepted. We can then go to the next point, which is copy. We've got options and copy to, and we can copy it to an invoice. So it creates a draft invoice. And then all we have to do is enter in the details. All the details from the quote in respect of these lines will show through, and we'll just need to account this to sales, and then we can approve it. So that's one way how you can create quotes in Xero. If you wanted to change the invoice settings for your quote, then you need to go to General Settings, Invoice Settings, and create a custom docs, which will download some files for Word, which you download, make the changes, then upload the files again.